Hi, everybody. Harrison with you. Never before in our country's history has a president started a war from which his own family has personally financially profited. So to learn how to profiteer off a made-up war, we need only look to the president's two brothers, Neil and Marvin Bush. Yep, Marvin, and I didn't make that up either. The president's younger brother, Neil, savings and loan scandal Bush, has a multi-year contract with New Bridge Strategies in Washington. Mr. Bush helps other companies win lottery-sized rebuilding contracts from the same Iraq his brother, the president, has so brilliantly decimated. You see, we mortals down here keep playing by the rules, so we're missing out on all the fun. For real war profiteering, look to Neil Bush's software company, Ignite Learning, which plans to sell its software as the entire educational system for the nation of Iraq. Now, for a country that barely has TV, you're going to need a lot of computers to run all that software, and who better than a Bush brother to provide such reliable scholarship and discipline to the average sand-choked peasant? As the president's brother, Neil, slurps at the money trough over the dead bodies of 2,000 American soldiers, Mr. Neil Bush has made even grander plans. Today Iraq, tomorrow the world, like Saudi Arabia and Egypt and China and Japan, and all that globetrotting, by the way, paid by the American taxpayer for full-on Secret Service protection. Oh, and as a result of his president brother's current foreign trade policy, Neil Bush is raking in no less than $400,000 a year from the Red Chinese to ratchet up their military computers. Nothing like aiding the enemy, right? That was called treason in those icky old Clinton days. But for the grandest, most egregious whorehousing of life and death, the award goes to George Bush's uncle, William H.T. Bush, or Uncle Bucky, as he's affectionately called. Uncle Bucky Bush happens to be on the board of a company whose largest clients happens to be the entire U.S. Army. The Army orders virtually all of Iraq's military equipment and electronics from Uncle Bucky's company. Contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Uncle Bucky also sells to terrorists, like the folks behind the World Trade Center attacks. You know, the Saudis. Back in the Clinton days, that was known as treason. Oh, and speaking of the World Trade Center, President Bush's other brother, Marvin Bush, held the insurance note for both towers and made a pretty penny when his president brother had the Congress bail out the insurance companies. Oh, and Marvin also handled security for the World Trade Center when it went down. Oops. If your last name isn't Bush, you're just plumb out of luck. This is Harrison. Visit or email me on the web at goharrison.com.